All right, guys, it's time to do this. We're going to walk down the aisle. We are heading for a wedding. We're going to get you married whether you like each other or not at this point. Where is the father of the bride? What are you doing? We already did the wedding. Now we're on to the next thing. Why are you so bossy? Oh, right. Yes. The next thing. Got it. All right, class. Today we're going to talk about, in Matthew 2, what the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh represent. Stop it. That's not the hat. We already did that. We need to get on to the next thing. The next hat. Get the right hat on. Oh, right. Got it. Hey, boys, if I step on one more Lego, so help me. Hey, come here. You got a booger hanging out of your nose. Here, let me help you. That is gross. Stop that. Why are you so grumpy? Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me here. It was an incredible weekend, and we had an absolutely fantastic time. We had a successful wedding, and we had a wonderful Christmas party out at my husband's work. We were able to have church, teach Sunday school, and the twins had a birthday party. Everything flowed, and it all went well. So now we are on Monday, and we are back to work. And in my last video, I said that we would talk about goals and getting our goals wrote down. And so that is what this video is about today. It's going to be a short video about our goals as a story. So I have many hats that I wear. I am a mom. I am a wife. I am a Sunday school teacher. I also am a worship leader. I am our chief cook and bottle washer here at the house. And I also am a business owner. So there's a lot of different hats I wear and a lot of different things that I do. So my time has to be strategic. I have a limited source of energy, and I know that I'm not the only one. Like all of us out here, we are working with multiple hats that we wear. And we also have limited energy in our bodies that we can function with. So we need to make sure that we get rest and that we eat and that we take care of ourselves. So that is also a part of my time and things like that. So in order to do all the things that I want to do well, I want to be a good wife. I want to be a good mom. I want to be a very strategic business owner. So all these different things that we do, we want to do well. We want to do the best that we can. And so in my world, in order to do the best that I can, I need to have things wrote down. I need to have goals, and I need to prioritize. I have to say that this is highly valued in my life. And so this is going to get time and energy that I have, which is actually going to take from a different area of my life. So I want to do everything, but I can't do everything. So I have to choose what I am going to give my time and my energy, my resources to. So writing down my goals, prioritizing life is going to be very, very important. So I have this quote that I was processing last night that I was thinking about. It's not a quote from someone else. It was just a quote that I was building in my own being. And I wanted to share this with you because I really feel like it's got a really big impact for me. And so as I approach sharing what I mean having goals as a story, this is kind of like the philosophy behind that. So I'm going to share this quote, and I was just really coming to terms with it last night. So I will not live rooted in my excuses, which will only lead to fear and a lack of forward progress. I will choose to do the best I can with what I have and learn in the process. This will lead to empowerment, encouragement, and forward progress. And honestly, when we're looking at our goals, that's what forward progress is about. So, what do I mean about having goals as a story? When you go to a movie, it begins and you have the introduction period of getting to know the characters, the setting, and the location, all of those different things. It's at the beginning of the story. As the movie or the novel progresses, enters in plot lines and subplot lines. You get the highs and the lows, the victories and the failures, all of those different things throughout the movie, throughout the story. And then at the end, you have the conclusion. Now, in my goal as a story, I want the conclusion to be a happy one. And I want it to have a very fulfilling ending. So what I did is that I am taking my goals that I wrote down and I am viewing them as a story. So here's the beginning. Who's the character in my story? Well, I am the character in my story. And what is the problem? Well, the problem is I have a lot of zones I need to clean out and process, and I have some end goals that I want to achieve. And I know that I'm not the only one that is dealing with this. So I'm sharing my plot line, my struggles, so that others can be empowered and encouraged as well. So I wrote out all of my zones, the goals that I am working toward is cleaning them all out, creating space so that I can build my business in the way I want to. My ideas have morphed. My plans have changed since I started. So I've got bigger things I want to accomplish now. But in order to accomplish those goals, I need to get through all of the mess I have right now. So I'm going to show you one of the pages that I wrote down all of my zones in. So here are all the zones. We've got all of these different zones here. It's a lot. It's a lot. Later, I'm going to show you some pictures of them, so you know I'm not just making stuff up. Okay? So my goal, my plot line is to get through all of those zones, get most of them cleaned out by the spring, and then by summer, enclosing a carport that we have on our garage and beginning a new structure for my business, that my business would not be in my house. So these are huge goals. So how do we stay motivated? How do we get to the conclusion, to the end of the story, to where we want to get? Well, that's another thing I wrote down. I wrote down all the benefits, all of the end game good things that will come my way from going through this process. So on this page, I wrote down all of the good things, all of the rewards for going through the process. So now I have the beginning. I am sharing with you this. This is the beginning of my journey. And then I have the plot line. I have wrote down all of the things that we need to traverse through in order to get to the end game, which is the rewards for following through with meeting all my goals, which is cleaning out those zones, getting everything fleshed out, being able to restart my business and restructure in a healthier way because things have grown, things have developed, things have changed. So we need to move forward. So that being said, in a little bit, I'm going to show you pictures of all the zones that we need to accomplish going through within the next 6 months. All right, guys, here is just one of the zones that I am showing you. And in these boxes, I do not know exactly what is all in them. In future videos, I hope to unbox some of these with you and take you along on this journey. All right, here is another zone. Again, it is piled full. We've got boxes, totes, crates. There is a closet even back there, and the closet itself is full as well. So there are lots of items that we need to go through. Here is another fantastic pile. It is probably about 6 feet deep. It goes clear back to that wall, and it's filling this entire space down here. We want to put an egress window in here in the spring and have one of my sons move down into this room. We have huge goals. That's one of the reasons we want to get this processed. And I am really looking forward to getting this zone processed because there are some really beautiful quilts in here. And quilts are a really fantastic item. They're one of my favorites to sell and really enjoy selling them. We've got a Barbie airplane hanger in there, just all sorts of stuff and things I honestly do not even know what is in there. So again, if you stay tuned to my channel, we will be going through a lot of these boxes together. Here we have some totes stacked on totes, stacked on more totes that we will process. Okay guys, we are in our garage in which we have shelving up on our garage walls full of items that need to be processed as well. And so we've got things all along up on the top, clear over here, and all the way over there. All sorts of things that we will need to go through. Okay, we are outside in the storage trailer. This is my mom's storage trailer. She just doesn't need it right now. And this is just kind of full with some random, very random items. It's something that I will eventually need to get all carried into the house and then just get it all processed. So where do you even start? Well, we start here. We start at the dining room table, and we are going to work on getting all of these items kind of taken care of. Someone just dropped those off here at my house and told me to do what I can with them. So there's that. And anyways, I've got a few boxes over there. So this is where we start. And we're going to just start making forward progress on our goals and remember the rewards that await us. Okay, so I showed you some of the zones. I'm going to insert a couple clips here now with some things that sold over the weekend before the whole wedding and all the events took place, and I was able to get shipped out on Saturday. And then I'll meet you here back in real time with the items that I'm going to be shipping out today. So in total, 5 items that have sold that I'm going to share with you coming up. So just hold on and I'll get those clips for you. All right, guys, I'm just going to pop in real quick and show you the sale that I made before the busy weekend. So I just wanted to make sure that I showed you this piece. This is a very old vintage album. It's got this clasp right here, and there's the back. There are no old photos in this. It is just an empty photo album. And I had this listed for quite a while. I ended up getting this at an auction. It was just an extra in a lot that I won. And I went ahead and listed it, and I sold this for $17. Someone made me an offer on it, and again, this was just an extra I got on an auction. I've already made all of my money back on that auction, and I'm in the profit. So I love to just go ahead and send things on their way to someone who would like to have this. And so I went ahead and I've got my thank you note, and we're going to get this shipped out today. And keep heading on. All right, guys, while we were shipping that order and getting the label printed, I got another order. And so real quick, like before I go into wedding mode for this weekend, I have another order to ship out. This is all packaged up, so unfortunately I can't take it out and show you because I got to ship really fast. But this is a vintage drag racing t-shirt, and it is the NHRA, and it's got a really cool graphic there. And this was a thrift store find for like $2, and we sold it for $14.95. So I've got my thank you note ready to send out, and we're gonna get this shipped out really fast, and then we gotta get going. Okay, we've got some things to share with you about what sold. And I am so excited because I had one of my biggest profitable sales on eBay this last weekend. So it's very exciting. I'm going to show you a couple things, and then the biggest profit maker for me this weekend. And I'm going to start with this beautiful Merry Christmas plate right here. This was an auction extra that I got, so I went ahead and listed it. It was so cute. I know it would take a very specific buyer because it is dated and because of the subject matter. It's a decorative plate, and some decorative plates just don't tend to sell very well right now. And this one is A Happy Holiday to You by Royal Crownford by Norman Sherman, Staffordshire, England is where it was made. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this shipped out. I have nothing into this, but I sold it for $8 because someone offered me that offer, and I was like, sure, let's go for it. So we're going to get that shipped out today. I will write my thank you note, and be careful when I package that. This is so cute. This is Mexican art pottery. This is a Tonala cat in the raindrop blue pattern. You see it there? See how pretty that is? Look at that kind of ornery face. Yeah, and on the bottom, it is marked Mexico. So this is a cat I found at Goodwill, and it's just, I always try to pick up this beautiful art pottery when I find it because I just really enjoy it. I think it's so lovely. And I knew cats are a really good subject matter, so I went ahead and picked it up. I think I only had it for about 3 weeks, and I sold it for $12.29, but I only had a couple dollars into it. So easy to package these and get these shipped on. I like shipping small items. Okay, the biggest sale of the weekend, which I am so excited to share with you, is this beautiful watch. I picked this watch up at an estate sale, and I think I paid maybe $2 or $3. For everything that I purchased at that estate sale, I paid $78. This watch I put up online with an auction for $89. And after all the bidding was said and done, it sold for $153. And I am just so excited because, like, in 1 week, I bought something for $2 or $3 and sold it for $153. For us, that's just so incredible and fantastic. The reason this sold is this is a Belova watch, and it is a vintage watch, but on the back, the casing is marked 14K. So it is encased with white gold. It is beautiful, and I do believe it's got some little tiny like stud diamonds in there. And so in my listing, I made note that I didn't know if it worked or not. I don't do watches. I don't know how they work very well or anything like that. So I just wrote a very long description. I wanted the buyer to know as much as possible. So I wrote it all down, and I was able to sell this, and I am going to get this shipped out today, and I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful and excited to have that sell. So I'm going to get my thank you note wrote, and I will get that shipped out. So we had 3 nice sales through the weekend, and now we are going to continue processing. We're going to get things priced and ready for booths, and we're going to work on those zones and get things cleaned out. So thank you so very much for joining me today. And I hope that you are able to write your goals down and have the beginning, have the middle plot line, and then make sure that you write down all the rewards that you will achieve once you make your goals, the conclusion to that story. And we live multiple stories. We can apply this to multiple areas of our life, no matter what hat you're wearing. So thank you so much for joining me. And man, I just wish you an absolutely wonderful week. And remember, you are a treasure. So go live like one.